All right, now we're going to get started with the travel mission. So the first thing we're going to do is go to Quick Tools. We're going to go to Quick Simple Missions and Mission Builder. And this is the window we're going to be using mostly all the time to add our missions. So get familiarized with this path so we can use it. So now I'm going to hit the travel mission controller and the window will close. And it's going to indicate in the console travel mission added to the scene. Good deal. All right. Let's take a look at our player here. Oh, it's in 2D mode. All right, so now we're gonna look up mission area pad, which will be this one here. I recommend using slider so you can see the text better. All right, and I'm dragging that to the scene so we can have a visual area for the player to go to travel. All right, and now we're gonna add the clean, updated canvas to the scene. So you can drag and drop that as well. And we're going to add the event system. Drag and drop that to the scene. What that does is lets you interact with the canvas. So during your missions, your player can click on it, check the HUD, and it's vital to have because without the event system, you're not going to interact with that UI. So I just want to let you know there. All right. So now that we got that set up, I am going to go to my travel mission controller and I'm going to give it a unique name, and you're going to see why later. All right. So we're going to call this Journey to the Pad. All right. Now that that's set up, let's go ahead and go through some of the UI stuff here. So for me, I like notifying the player that when they complete a mission. So I'm going to go here, use notification, and use notify. That's going to use the notification on the UI canvas. All right, and we're going to tell the player travel to the pad area to complete the mission. Perfect. Now we need to assign this to the UI canvas here, and I have these named so you can say travel mission. All right, and we have travel mission info. Perfect. Now to review this whole process, this mission is going to be looking for any travel cube that's tagged travel triggers. So now to view all our other aspects of our component here, we have you can use custom tags. So if you don't want to use travel triggers, you can set it whatever you need, but we just need to make sure that we update it on the cube as well. All right. So when all these travel triggers are hit, it will let it know it's completed here. It will register back here. And then it will go back to the master controller, letting you know this mission has been completed. All right. So if you want to reward the player, you're more than welcome to use it. It's pretty simple and straightforward. You click true. You want it to reward the player. You set up an empty game object in the scene, and you can spawn an object that can fall, reward, coins, whatever you need for the player. So in the event that the player finished its mission, we're going to set a mission complete sound. So I'm going to go to notify Riff, and I'm going to hit yes on that. And what that's going to do is interact with this audio source that's attached to the game mission here. All right. Now that that is completed, we're going to go to the master controller open world, and we're going to assign Journey to the Pad. And if we do not, then the game's going to try to load into a new level. So for now, for the sake of the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to hit load with a trigger, and we're just going to say low level trigger. And we can just drag that somewhere off in the scene. And for the sake of this, is so we don't see console errors looking to try to load the next scene. All right. Now going back to the master controller, just double checking here, making sure everything's good. All right, and I'm going to drag that level loader here. So if this was a warehouse, the player can walk over there out the door and the mission's completed. All right, Now, what we need to add next in our scene is the travel cube. All right, drag and drop that into your scene. And I'm going to double click to focus in on it. I'm going to zoom out and we're going to scale this up for the sake of this size of the area. All right, now that that has been scaled up, now we're going to take a review over the travel cube to help you just get a better understanding of it. Right now it's untagged, but during gameplay, it's good to have these objects tagged. So we have travel trigger, but if you wanted to use a custom one like zombie mission 1, route 2, whatever you need, you can change it here. But you will also need to remember that you need to update it here to use custom and then the tag that you named on it, just to give you a heads up. All right, going back to the travel cube now. We want to notify the player, so I'm gonna click yes. I want to notify the player, and then player is traveling is what I'm using on this canvas. All right, so when the player arrives here, we can give them a message, and you can use this at any point on any travel cube, like players halfway, you're getting there, whatever you need for your game. All right, so I'm gonna say player has arrived. All right, mission completed. All right, great. And now, the reason why I say you should name your missions uniquely is so when you have many set up in the scene, you know which one to tie it back to. So if I have 3 that just said travel mission, travel mission, travel mission, I'm not gonna know which is which. So that's why I tell you to use a unique name. So this one is Journey to the Pad. I'm gonna drag that here. Fantastic. All right, now I'm going to drag my player to this cube, registering it. And you don't have to worry about clicking this. This is for the event that will happen during gameplay when the player travels through. It will indicate that the player has traveled through here. So no need to click this. And if you need heads up displays, I have tool tips for you. If you just hover over them, it'll tell you pretty much what it's indicating for. All right. So now let's get this mission started. Let's just check one more time to make sure that our master controller is good, which is great. And travel mission is set up. Everything's tied together. And notification is set, and we're good to go. All right, let's hit play. All right, so as we can see here, if I hit escape and then scroll, I can see travel to the pad area to complete the mission. Okay, we can definitely got to get these words out the way later. All right, pressing L to relock, and I'm walking over here. All right, as you can see, player has arrived, mission complete. And now if we check up here again, we'll see that our mission is gone and it is completed. That is your first mission that you set up. Congratulations. Let's continue watching to do more.